All right. And we are back with a super special episode that is being recorded. First ever recorded episode of Glowjoy's Everything Construction Corner. And that is because we have a minor here today, guys. We're here with Finn Davies of ESD. Homes, right?
There you
And
go.
we've been here with his mom, Liz Davies. Prior, I think Liz was episode number 2 or 3 of the Everything Construction Corner. But Finn is been working with the Glowjoy Construction team for the past few months in conjunction with the team over in Atlanta. So I wanted to take the time to have a conversation with you when you're not in school. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. And for the people who don't know who you are and what ESD Homes is, why don't you let us know?
So we are an Atlanta-based construction company. We specialize in remodels from like older houses. Uh, it's pretty much it. I'm just an intern per se, but I don't know. About it.
It's about it. All right. And how long have you been an intern for ESD Homes?
I've been an intern for coming up on 2 years now.
2 years. And how old are you now? I know you're in your senior year of high school, right? You're about to graduate in a couple weeks. Are you
Yeah,
excited?
very excited.
All right. Well, you are in a special program in your high school. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that because I don't think that a lot of kids know that these programs exist or what to even ask for.
Right.
So, like you mentioned, you've been an intern at your mom's company for the past 2 years while you've been in high school. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So I'm in a program in APS. It's called work-based learning, and it's really cool. You get out like halfway through the school day. So I only go for we have 4 periods a day. So I go for
Mhm.
the first 2, and then after that, you're on your own. You just go to work.
Mhm.
You have to hit some hours per week.
Mhm.
It's like 10 or 15, but
Okay.
other than that, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice to get out of school early.
And do you get to pick where you work, or are there certain trades or programs that they want you to stay within?
If you don't have a job, they can find you a job. Like you get assigned a work-based coordinator,
Okay.
and you can just they can find you a job if you don't have a job, or
Mhm.
if you do have a job. Um, you just have to count your hours every week and turn it in. That's about it.
So, in the half day that you work for ESD Homes, which has
Mhm.
a couple of employees and different positions, what do you do as an intern there besides pick up coffee?
So I was a bookkeeper, so
Okay.
I would manage all the books, but I have progressed away from that, and now I'm going to be a project manager. So I go and check out the job sites, make sure everything's running smoothly, just the normal.
Okay. So, for the first, I guess, part, you managed a lot of the money
Yeah,
of the projects
yeah,
and the expenses coming in. So you kind of really had a very hands-on
mhm.
and holistic view of what a project entails. And it's a little bit
Yeah,
crazy, especially if you're managing all the expenses
yes, yes.
and the books for the different projects. And in that time frame, what made you transition then, because I know you've done a little bit of estimating as well, and then transition now into doing more project management or wanting to do that?
Yeah. So like the books and everything was kind of like not my style. I'm not really like uh, a paper type of person. I'm more, you could say. So
Yep.
yeah, I definitely knew I had to make the transition away from the books and
Okay.
go to more of a project management. But It was good because if I'm planning to take over the business, I need to know every job and how it's done, so I can
Mhm.
help train people, and I don't know, just know it.
So let's backtrack a little bit, because as a business owner, it is every business owner's dream to hand it off to one of their kids,
Right.
and a lot of times the kids and or offspring choose to go a different route.
Right.
I mean, you've got siblings, and they don't work for your mom.
No.
you know. So let's backtrack a little bit and find out why construction. Why'd you pick construction?
I picked
What draws you to it?
I picked construction because I've always been walking the job sites with my mom since I was 3, or
Okay.
all I can remember, and I always like to see like the progression of jobs, to take like an old house that is not very appealing, and my mom puts her spin on it, and
Hmm.
just managing it. I've never been a type of person to be in an office at all. Um,
Okay.
I I like to be outside. I like to be doing stuff. I have really bad ADHD, so yeah, I need to be hands on.
I totally get it. I totally
Yeah,
get it. So very interesting that she started you with the books.
I know.
Um, I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to pick her brain on that one,
yeah,
but I kind of get it. I kind of get it, because the money really does run everything,
yeah.
and it runs the schedules. It runs deliveries. It
Mhm.
runs, the labor. It runs subcontractors. Like
Yeah,
it runs everything.
yeah.
And if you don't know your money, you really just don't know your numbers at
You don't
all.
know anything. Yeah,
Nothing. Yeah. So, and it's a much easier conversation also transitioning to the field into project management
yeah.
versus trying to have to make an explanation of, oh, well, right now we're here in the project, and they need to complete these tasks before they can send out for their next
Right.
requisition for payment, et cetera,
Mhm.
et cetera. So I totally get it. It's a super smart.
Yeah,
And your mom's one of my mentors, basically,
yeah,
so I'm always picking tidbits from
yeah.
her. So, all right. So let's talk a little bit about why we're here today, right? One of the reasons that I got to meet you is not because you send us invoices, although you do. Um, it is
Yeah.
actually because as a construction project management company here at Glowjoy, we have a tendency to sometimes have a little bit of overlap with residential projects. And when we do have this slight overlap with residential projects or larger projects where we need additional help or expertise, we outsource some of this help. Your mom has recently launched a program where they do virtual consulting,
Yeah.
from Atlanta, and deconstruct plans for people. And while we know how to read plans and we're perfectly capable of doing our own estimates, we found ourselves as we grew in a position and as we transitioned into a new project management software, needing help with some of these bigger bids that we were working on. And having met your mom through a mutual women's group,
Mhm.
for women in construction, and her just being the incredible, amazing human that always gives, 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 and has been mentoring and training me and just helping me with my business in
Yeah.
any way she can, because that's just who she is. She's just one big mom, you know, and we love her for it. And so, I said, man, I really want to bid on this project, but I don't have the time to do so. Or I don't have time to take apart these plans or figure out the square footage or any
Yeah.
of this stuff. And, she's like, well, Finn can help you out. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
you know? And so we started off with one small project, and then kind of evolved from there. You helped us with a multifamily here in New York.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about what it is that you were doing for us
Mhm.
and how you were using Builder Trend and their takeoff system
Yep.
to read the plans and calculate this, square footage or linear footage that we needed in order to order materials or to, you know, do an
Right.
estimate or verify an estimate, right? Because sometimes we're just verifying estimates from other
Yeah.
subs.
So Buildertrend has a software called Takeoff, and it's really easy to learn. All you do is point and click, but it's really useful for ordering materials because the biggest thing with ordering materials is overages. But
Mhm.
the Takeoff software, like, it minimizes a lot of the over ordering and just everything.
Right.
Yep. And I don't know.
So from from inception, so we give you the plans, right?
Yeah.
You then upload the plans to the software. What do you do with the plans after we give you the plans and you upload them to the software?
So after I upload them to the software, I just point and click and put in numbers, and then if you really want to get detailed with it, you can put in how much it costs per square foot, and then it can
Right?
give you a final price. Um,
Right. So you're using the software to calculate the, linear footage. Let's say we have
yeah.
base or some type of molding,
Mhm.
and you're also using the software to even figure out the scales. I
Right.
know that you guys were showing me in one of the demos. It was very cool where you literally just put the scale of how where the
Yeah.
plans say like,
Yeah.
1 inch equals
A foot.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, a foot. And then the software just kind of calculates everything for you once you like highlight it out,
Yeah.
which is pretty neat if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, even in my day, and I'm pretty young, I'm still a millennial,
Yeah.
we had to print plans out and
Yeah. Look at the facts.
bust out a ruler
Right. Right.
and then calculate everything out, put it in a
Yeah.
spreadsheet, and
Yeah.
then do all this math. But now we have this program that does it for us. And with this software, you were able to learn how to read construction drawings pretty quickly, right?
Yep. You are able to read them pretty quickly. And I don't know, it's pretty smooth. Like after you do the takeoff, it just makes everything smoother and um, it's better.
Have you done estimates outside of Builder Trend with your mom? Like, so actually printed them out and like done the measurements and all of that stuff? Or did she
No,
just throw you into Builder
yeah,
Trend and like right away just use the technology?
yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. And how long do you think it took you to learn how to really feel comfortable with a set of plans where you were like, I can handle this and, I'll
Yeah,
be done with X, Y, and Z in 3 hours or 2
yeah,
hours or whatever. Like
yeah.
you were able to know, okay, this is what it's going to take me and I got it, mom.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think it took about like 2 projects of just
Okay.
pointing and clicking and scaling and just seeing how to do it, because you can do it one way, but is it the right way? Is
Right.
is the way to look at it? Because when I started out, I didn't know how to like display the measurements or whatever, like where I should point and click, and then I had to learn it. And it helped me learn how to read plans, because before it, I didn't know how to read at all, or not read.
Yeah.
I read plans, but I don't know. It helped me a lot. So
Yeah, absolutely. We have a couple people on our team now that are learning how to use the takeoff system
yeah,
within Builder Trend. And, I have found that their ability to now comprehend the plans,
yes,
or even look for very specific details within the plans has gotten, much better.
yeah,
So you definitely look at the plans with much more intensity when
yes,
you're doing a takeoff or a plan. So once we do all of that,
hmm,
then you all pretty much send it back to us with
yes,
all the quantities. It's color coded.
yes,
you know we can call you guys and do a Zoom like this and go over quantities or any RFIs or questions that we have, or use some of the RFIs that come up from you know your exercise, because a lot of times you all will send me a spreadsheet that has questions for the
yeah,
architects and the engineers, which is
yeah,
amazing. You're doing the RFI for me.
yeah,
And then we load that to Builder Trends system and send it out to the appropriate parties, come back to you guys, and we can revisit plans and or quantities or whatever we need to do accordingly. And so now that you're moving into project management,
mhm.
um, where do you think you'll spend most of your time on Builder Trend? The to-do list?
The to-do list, the logs, all of those.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely the to-do lists. Well, we've got a couple of tricks up our sleeve on organizing to-do lists and making sure that, people stay on top of their stuff with
Right.
Builder Trend,
Yeah.
So if you need any tips and tricks, just, you can call your big sister over here and we're always happy to help out.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. We talked about takeoffs. We talked about estimating. We talked about project management. What do you do when you are not working with your mom or in school?
I'm not working with my mom or in school.
Yeah, you're pretty young. I
Yeah,
mean, I would think that, you've got this like whole world outside
yeah,
of construction,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm either playing golf at our club or I'm playing basketball. I love basketball. I love golf. I don't know. I'm a pretty big outdoors guy. I'll go fishing occasionally with some of my friends, and then parties on Friday and Saturday. So
Parties on Friday and
yeah,
Saturdays. So here we have it, guys. So are you gonna go to college? Are you
I'm not.
planning you're not planning on going to
Nope,
college?
straight to the trade.
Okay, okay. And do you think that you will ever plan on picking up a hammer or any of the trades, or you wanna stick to the business side of things?
I think I'm going to stick with to like the business side of things. I don't know. I don't really trust myself with a hammer or on top of a roof or anything. I don't know. Kind of a big guy, so the bigger they are, the harder they fall. So, oh
You know what? I appreciate that about you.
yeah,
I appreciate your humor with
yeah,
it, because a lot of people think that the only job in construction is to go out into the
yeah,
trades.
yeah,
And the reality is that there's many jobs in the trades, and being a project manager is a trade
mhm,
in itself, right?
yeah,
And so, you'll probably stay in a project management role for like 25 years, no joke.
yeah,
Like, and have to build out your own project management team over time. And
right,
so, and hopefully that's a vision if
yeah,
it makes sense, right? Because some companies, they just want to stay within a certain size and they do very, very well and
right,
continuously just pump out, millions of dollars a year just doing the same
yeah,
formula. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, right? So, whatever the vision is, but, I love that you're very honest. Like, no, I'm not going to pick up a hammer. Like, I'm just going to
No.
do this.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because you don't have to.
No.
And if that's not what you want to do, that's not
Yeah.
what you should do.
Yep.
For other kids that are, you know, maybe on the fence on what they want to do, or maybe think that they have to go be an electrician or a plumber, or, you know, some type of tradesperson, what suggestions do you have if, let's say, they want to get into construction and they don't have a mom that owns a construction company?
Uh, I mean, I would say just go get it. Just put your name out there and just see what happens. If nothing sticks, keep doing it until it does, because it will. It will eventually stick, and you will find your place. There's a place for everybody. So, you'll
Yeah,
find.
and there's many, many jobs in the construction
Yep.
industry,
You need a lot.
from project coordinator, which I think is really where I would put you in that transition, I guess, from
Yeah.
bookkeeping to project management, because you've been doing a lot of project coordinating. You're on some of our projects on Builder Trend. You've helped us with purchase orders and, you know,
Yep.
things of that nature. So, you know, you're really doing a little bit of everything within the projects, kind of getting ready to put you into this transition as you graduate from high school,
Yeah.
you know, which is, it's a big promotion, and very,
Yes.
very well deserved promotion. So congratulations to
Thank you.
you. You know, you're graduating high school and you are automatically getting straight into a job with 2 years of experience.
Mhm.
And so for the young minds out there that don't have parents who own construction companies or want to work for a construction company, my recommendation as a small business owner would be to go ask your school guidance counselor if there's programs like the one that Finn was in, so that you can automatically go to work, or maybe go to a trade school if that's what you want to do. You want to go be an electrician or a plumber or HVAC tech,
Yep.
carpenter, whatever. Awesome. Let's get you in a vocational school during those hours. If not, you know, maybe go work as an assistant, or as, you know, an office admin or a data entry
Yep.
person at a construction company. And literally, you could throw a rock and every construction company's hiring. Like,
Yeah.
literally, like, just, you know, and all we need is somebody to have a pulse and
Yeah.
show up to work on time.
Just
Literally.
motivated.
No, I don't even think the bar is set that high at this point.
I don't know.
You know, the bar is pretty low.
Yeah.
You
It
know,
is.
like,
They need people bad.
yeah, the construction industry needs people badly. So, you know, I think the biggest thing is just wanting to learn, and a willingness and wanting to learn, and also just being open minded. You know, if you get put in a position, and one of the things that I heard from you is you got put in this bookkeeping position, even though it's not what you wanted to do,
No.
but you still did it.
Yep.
And you may or may not have complained. That's between you and your mom. But, you know, I'm sure you complained a little bit,
Yeah.
like, I'm sure at minimum, right? Like,
Yes.
I know I would have.
Yes.
I mean, there's a reason I didn't work for our family
Yeah.
business. Sorry, Dad. Sorry. But anyway, I digress. You know, that you still did it.
Yeah.
And whether you see the value now, or you've learned the value now after
Mhm.
2 years, or see the value 5 or 6 months down the road when you're
Right.
in the field and having to deal with angry clients and sub trades and everybody else, and a dwindling budget, but, you know, the wall is falling apart and we got to find another $30,000. And,
Yep.
you know, like, sorry, it is what it is. Like, you know,
Yep.
and so it's something that you have to do. And project management may not be where you want to be. Like, you may hate project management and you may want to go back to the office and go
Yep.
do purchasing or whatever, right? Like, you
Yep.
never know. But you know, there's a lot of opportunity. You are extremely young.
Right.
You could decide to take this experience and start a totally different business 10 years
Yep.
later, you know, or go to college after 5 years if you
Yeah.
want to. Like, honestly, you have so many options. I mean, so many options.
Yeah.
So I know that you've made a decision from now, and you sound like a very decisive know what you want,
Yes.
go-getting
Yes.
kind of guy,
Yeah.
which is great. The construction industry needs more of that. But for people who are not decisive, who haven't figured it out, who aren't as fortunate as you and I to have grown up on family members' job sites
Yep.
and exposed to the construction industry, there's a whole nother world out there that you can explore outside
Yes.
of college, university, corporate America, a 9 to 5 job. And if flipping burgers is not your thing, or working at Walmart or Target, no shade to the retail chains,
Yep.
or any
Been
of
there,
that
done that.
stuff. Yeah, if none of this resonates with you, you can make minimum wage and more in construction. And the biggest thing that you and I both have in common is that we both have ADD.
Mhm.
So the fact that we have sat here for 25 minutes
The blessing.
and is a blessing, right?
Yeah.
So, as we wrap up, for the folks who have ADD, right? Because it is also very difficult, I think, for people to transition from one structure where you have this structure of high school, you have your set, and
Yep.
then you're going to move into something else. Do you have any recommendations for managing that transition and that anxiety? Like, do you take breaks in between tasks? How do you manage your not being able to, like, I have a swivel chair and I just
Yep.
swivel all the time, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like I have, this, which is actually a tool, and it's got 3 different blades, and I just kind of play with it, you know.
Yeah. You gotta do what you
And
gotta do.
they're drywall knives, people. So it's a blade. It's like a blade, but like with drywall, baby drywall knives. Shout out
There
to
you
Tech
go.
Dry Tools. But it keeps my hands busy. So do you have any suggestions for the folks that have ADD that are doing this transition?
I would say take a lot of breaks, because breaks are good. You may seem that like you're getting off task or whatever, then take a break. It's always good to get a reset and then go right back into it. You can't take too long of a break, or else you not want to do it anymore.
Right. Yeah, but definitely take your little breaks.
Yes,
Well,
definitely.
awesome. Finn, thank you so much for taking the time. I know that you guys are really busy over there
Yeah,
and you're working on some pretty cool projects, which
yes,
I've
ma'am.
been following along. We've got some incredible plans, for the future. And I think pretty soon I'll get to meet you here in the
Yep,
next couple weeks, making a pit stop over to the ATL. Of course, we've all bid on a massive multifamily together with you and your mom, which is probably one of the biggest set of plans. That, how many
yes,
pages was that? Like
yeah.
150?
It was like 180, I think, or whatever. Yeah, I mean, it was a lot. It was a lot of pages for sure.
Yeah, it was a lot of pages and a lot of area footage.
Yeah,
Yeah, so, and more to come on that.
yeah,
Yeah, more to come on that in the next couple of weeks, because a lot of those buildings they actually broke ground while we were reviewing the plans, and they keep sending us revisions, which we learned from Builder Trend. I got to send you these videos. When I was at the Builder Show, they taught me how to overlay the plans, so you don't have to
really.
recalculate the square footage, and it'll tell you what the changes are.
Huh.
Yeah, it's pretty
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot you the videos via text. I've got them on my iPhone. And I recorded while the guy was showing me, because my ADD
Yeah,
won't
yeah.
I was like, I gotta record this. But yeah, I'll definitely send them over to you. It's a pretty neat feature, and it's gonna save us all a lot of time with some of
Yeah,
these bigger plans for
yeah,
sure.
for sure.
For sure. All right. Are you on any social media? Can people find you online anywhere, or
Uh, I'm
ESD
on
Homes
I'm on just Instagram. It's Finn Davies 0553.
0553? And you can
Yeah.
also find their main account, which is at ESD Homes, right, on
Yes.
Instagram
Yeah.
also.
Yep.
All right. Well, Finn, thank you so much for your time. I'll be talking to you
Welcome.
really soon. Congratulations and happy
Thank you.
graduation.
All righty. Thank you so much.
All right. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye. All right. And he's out.